Alright, today we're back taking a look at our good friend Aetherflux Storm, or as you might have heard it, the artifact-based Storm deck. That's usually how I like to refer to this thing. Basically, it's a deck that's playing primarily just brown artifacts, and we're trying to use our Aetherflux reservoirs, of which we have one in the main deck and one in the sideboard here. And we basically just want to kill our opponent with the Aetherflux reservoir activated trigger. So that's pretty much the main game plan here. We'll need to do a couple of things before we can get there, though. So we need to find two sort of situations. We need to find one situation where we can basically just discount our spells to where they're cheap or free. And then we need to solve another situation where we have card advantage and the ability to clear lands and some of our non-artifact spells off the top of the deck. So in order to deal with the mana, we use Semblance Anvil and Cloud Key. That much has not changed. Mind Stone and Hedron Archive also kind of bridge the gap between mana and card advantage, but for the most part we'll just consider them mana producers. So with all that, we should be able to get to a point where most of our deck is free, if not ramps us for mana. We have things that cost as much as 4, including our Hedron Archive, Mystic Forge, and Aetherflux Reservoir, and then there are certain hits that we need to avoid with our Karn, Beseech the Mirror, and Demonic Tutor, and Channel. In order to make sure that we can get through those, we'll take a look at our card advantage. So obviously Mystic Forge can allow us to pay a life to exile the top of your library, so we can clear one of these cards if we have it on top and don't want it. But the main thing that we're doing, and actually another thing that we can do, is use Hedron Archive and Mind Stone to clear the top. But really the big thing here is to use our Chromatic Sphere, Chromatic Star, and Wizard's Rockets in order to go ahead and do that early and often. So these basically just filter mana, but on their way out draw us a card. So it's pretty nice to, once you've flipped enough of these into play, have the ability to clear maybe 3 or so lands from the top of your deck. And, with a Mystic Forge on the battlefield, you're pretty likely to, get past that point pretty quickly. And get to the situation where you're just casting your entire deck. You get more Mind Stones, Archives, or other Spheres, Stars, or Rockets. And then you're just able to win the game from there. So, what differentiates us from the historic version of this deck? Obviously, we get to play some nice cards in here, including a Demonic Tutor and Channel. Channel and Tutor basically just open us to some other combos. They can be found off of Beseech the Mirror, and basically if you can Beseech or Demonic Tutor to find Channel and cast that, then you have a whole different angle to this deck. Obviously, getting life back with Reservoir helps you, but really what we want to be able to do is to get a Karn out for just life, and then go find something out of the sideboard. One notable one that we have is if you have a Channel activated, you can pay 4 life for Karn, then go ahead and pay 4 life to cast Ancestral Statue, which, because you've cast 2 spells so far, presumably this turn, will give you 2 on your Aetherflux Reservoir. Then you bounce Ancestral Statue, and then you can continue to pay the life into it in order to continue to cast this out. With the discounting of Semblance Anvil, this kind of helps you go positive extremely quickly. And this is sort of a one-card combo with Karn, assuming that you have Aetherflux Reservoir and a Channel online. Other than that, there's just kind of the standard things like Meteor Golem, a Paradox Engine if we want to work with Hedron Archive and Mind Stone. What else is in here? Our backup Reservoir, Liquid Metal Coating, Pithing Needle, all these standard things. This will help for the Okos and the Minskin Boos. And so that Karn board is one way that we can win the game, and it's findable off of Beseech the Mirror, which is pretty sweet. If you have either Channel, Karn, or Reservoir, Beseech can find your missing thing, whether that is Aetherflux Reservoir or Channel, so that is maybe a 2-turn way of getting to where we want to be. We also have 4 Mishra's Baubles in here. This does not really help you during your combo turn, but it does cast for free off the top of your library, which is cool. Especially if you have a Channel on top, or if you have a Channel, if the effect is live. Other than this, we're running these Alfiran Voids to scry, but other than this, we want to make sure that we have the ability to cast Beseech the Mirror so that these 4 cards don't become dead in our hand. So the rest of the deck, with the exception of Buried Ruin, is stuff that can that can tap for black mana, specifically, and then also sometimes green. Okay, that is more or less the deck here. I think we can go ahead and hop into the games. Before we do, make sure to like the video if you liked it and comment what you think about this deck. Let me know if you played it and how it's done for you. If you're new here, subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now let's hop into round 1 and see what we can do. Alright, this is round 1. Let's get going. Let's see how this works. So we have a Semblance Anvil, which is great. The end is pretty much a dead card in this situation, but I'm kind of inclined to keep it. You know, everything else here is pretty solid. Chromatic Sphere into Mind Stone seems good. Then we get turn 3 Semblance Anvil, exiling Cloud Key, or something else that we draw. We can find an initial draw off of Chromatic Star in turn 2 and 3 if we want. But I think I'll probably try to just save this until we're realizing we're in a sketchy situation. Opponent can Thoughtseize us here, probably taking Semblance Anvil. No, it's just a Faithful Suiting combo deck, so we know that we need to go fast. Well, let's see if we can find it. Just lands into the bin, which is interesting. Mishra's Bauble will take a look at my top. We would love to find a 1-drop here. This can happen. We do actually find that 1-drop, which is great. This means we go Mind Stone into Chromatic Sphere, and we'll set up some draws down the line. I'm thinking I'll probably go ahead and just do Semblance Anvil Cloud Key, though I might be interested in making my 2 draws prior to playing Semblance Anvil in case I can find a cheaper thing to drop off. Especially if we draw a land in one of these two situations, 2 draws. A lot of baubles happening. Let's see how close they are on. I mean, they very clearly have Delirium, so we'll have to watch out for any DRCs. Mind Stone was about to become free, which is cool. Let's go ahead and make a mana here. We'll go filter it into black, and then we'll filter. Okay, nice. We actually just draw black here, so maybe I should have done green. We'll make another mana. We'll filter for green here, which is maybe not the correct move since I already turned us off of being able to do anything with that. But we'll go ahead and play our Semblance Anvil here. I think we exile Cloud Key, and then we go for second Anvil, exiling Mind Stone to make sure that every artifact in our deck is now free. So that means that we can probably draw with this Mind Stone and feel pretty happy, although if we find a Karn, then maybe we want to do something with him instead. We have no ability to cast the end yet. We'll need to find one of our either black producing lands or a filter. Here comes Dark Ritual. They'll have 5 mana here. They actually used that to flash back their Faithful Suiting. They might be. I didn't see if they dropped a land this turn. Maybe they sack a Stitcher Supplier here. Diabolic Intent, you got it. That is dangerous for us. I do see the Underworld Breach at the graveyard, so they're probably a value breach deck. Although our life total is high, so we're feeling pretty solid. I think we'll go ahead and draw here, see if we can crack a combo turn. Wizard's Rockets, that is something. This will come in tapped, and we get to go next turn. I guess I could sack Buried Ruin to take back Mind Stone or something like that, but I don't think it's really time yet. Opponent, of course, can have removal for one of our things. Do they play green? Just Deathrite Shaman, so it looks like they're truly red-black. There is a very angry DRC. And there is that Underworld Breach, okay. Well, we might end up going for the Mind Stone here after all. Big turn here. They can Thoughtseize away by the end. Could have been nice actually to the end the DRCs. But I guess we're not going to get to do that, are we? If I'm allowed to have this, I will consider doing that. Right again. Although I couldn't really understand what for. I assume it's probably just Thoughtseizes out of the graveyard. Or did they even play a Thoughtseize? Where did it go? I thought I saw a Thoughtseize. Maybe not. It's already been exiled. Okay. Well, let's see if they have anything to do with all this mana. Shieldred is a thing that does exist. Could be Diabolic Intent, just trying to find their tendrils, I suppose. They still have access to Dark Ritual, so actually, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think they surveil everything into the graveyard. That makes sense. And yeah, I think they probably just have me at tendrils right now. I can't see Storm, but I assume they're going to get us close there. Well, let's watch out at the end of this one and see if they can make it work. You got it. Surprisingly, we're not dead yet. I mean, they must have the tendrils in hand, no? They've already searched their library. They actually don't have another Diabolic Intent, which is... Oh, there we go. Okay, so now they find their tendrils. Now we're dead. Okay, there it is. Thoughtseize taking away the end, you got it. And then they just Dark Ritual up for mana. Alright, they're being super, super careful about it, which makes sense, you know. They're playing very tight. There's Dark Writ, putting them up to 3. They gotta cast one more Writ. Honestly, let me just go ahead and make this a little bit easier for them. I'll just go ahead and sack this, return my Mind Stone. Cool. Alright, now they can go ahead unabated. I think I was probably not helping my own case here. I could have just forfeited, but I would like to see the combo go off just to show you guys, make sure that you're aware. A lot of variants of the Storm deck being played. I have also played a variant of the red-black Breach deck. Definitely a lot of fun. Would recommend checking that video out. I think it went live maybe about a week or two ago. So do give that one a little view. Anyway, that is the Tendrils of Agony with 12. They had me so far dead. I think at this point we can save them a few clicks, although they're doing just fine. So it looks like we'll be dead here and move into round 2. Alright, round 2, let's go. Opening hand has enough mana to cast Cloud Key, enough black mana to get a Beseech the Mirror off, and a Hedron Archive and Karn. Opponent mulligans, so I will too. Mystic Forges are great. The Chromatic Sphere Wizard's Rockets are a little sketchy. However, if we're really, really lucky, we can find a land in our first 2 or 3 draws, but we need to do that twice and we're already playing 18 lands, so I'm going down to 5. I think we kind of just need to keep this no matter what. I'm going to go ahead and put away our black mana. Demonic Tutor finds me a 3rd land, especially if it takes me a long time to find it, so I think I go down on the Cloud Key. Deathrite Shaman. I'm going to go ahead and pay life early so that we can start working on these Wizard's Rockets. Alright, we actually do just find another land here, so that is good. I think I will just play it slow then with the Wizard's Rockets and we'll start to amass these. We'll pass. Now if we don't draw a land here, then we'll start to use these things. I do want to make sure that I hit that 3rd land drop. Jarsel, okay, what are we doing here? Maybe Thoughtseize, Jarsel Rethoughtseize, maybe? He can also just be here as a beater. Okay, so we'll go ahead and let's filter 2 into whatever. We'll make green green in case we draw channel. That is not a channel. We can go ahead and draw one more time. Let's double into, I mean, I guess channel again. Mishra's Bauble, so we can just go ahead and go 1, 2. I could also draw one more time if I go like this. Filter into black. There's a land. We finally found it. So Wizard's Rocket's untapped. There's a Mishra's Bauble, and here is our third land. We'll go ahead and put this on them. Take a look at their Jarsel that is on the top of their library. So we can go Cloud Key, and then the following turn, Cloud Key Demonic Tutor if we draw land. Alright, there are options here, but we're not really going as fast as we could be going. Oh, and all of a sudden we can go really, really fast. I mean, I'm going to cast Channel, see if it resolves, and then we just send. So this is Channel. Let's go for a Cloud Key here, paying a few life. Let's actually make sure that we retain our black mana, except do I really need to do that? No, I don't. Alright, here's Cloud Key. We'll choose Artifact, and then I think we want to just make sure that we go with Reservoir to start. Auto pay, we want to start gaining life here. Cloud Key, go to 5, but gain some life. Now we're very close to neutral. We need to make black mana out of this, except, I mean, I'll just go make 5 mana because I'll make 4 because we can Beseech and then use Demonic Tutor. So we go X equals 4, auto pay, go to 5, black. We draw. It is a green source or black source, I'll decide later. I'm going to pay 1 life here for my Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor is going to find our good friend Mystic Forge. I could have gotten Karn as well. Karn would have killed. Ay. Alright, big mistake. Let's try Mystic Forge. Maybe we can get there. Alright, we immediately have to exile. And here's Chromatic Star. Okay. We are potentially not dead yet. We'll go ahead and filter into black again. Draw that land. Here's another Mystic Forge. Okay. Here's Mind Stone, and knock on wood, but I think we've got it. Yeah, Mind Stone. We are there. So basically, the ideal thing here is to just grab Karn initially and then just go off. We'll go here to about 100 life if this allows us, just so in case they have, you know, something that would kill me for doing what I'm trying to do, we'll be able to bolt in response again. Okay, cool. Well, we were able to make that work. Definitely just kind of, this is a pile of dynamite that doesn't really do much until it goes off, but when it goes off, the game's pretty much over. Alright, good round 2. Let's hop into round 3. Alright, round 3. Here we go. Let's take this hand. I like it. Very good curve, assuming we draw that land. We'll see if we draw it naturally off the top before scrying with our Void. Once we hit 3 lands, we really do not want more. Dark Ritual into Bowmasters? No, just Necro. Okay. So we have maybe 2 to 3 turns here to combo. That'd be my guess. Yep. They just go back up to hand size, which is pretty typical. Well, we do draw that land here, so I'll put a Buried Ruin out. We'll play this Mind Stone and say go. Waste not. Oh, interesting. Not really what I expected out of Necropotence. Alright. They are going to go back to 7, I assume. Okay. So this is how they'll be breaking parity with discard effects, I see. Not sure I think that this is a very good idea, to be honest. Unfortunately for us, we're not a deck that applies a lot of pressure. Okay, so Semblance Anvil, exiling Cloud Key is an option, or I get lucky, draw something, and then can Semblance Anvil, exiling something else. So we'll scry, see what the top of our deck is. Windswept Teeth, we don't want that right now. Let's go ahead and Chromatic Star, making a black. It doesn't exactly matter. I mean, right now, with only one thing to filter, we do want to make black, since double green's not an option. So we find Mind Stone here, which I'd much rather exile the Semblance Anvil. So we will exile Mind Stone. Alright, actually, you know what? I can get a Hedron Archive out if I exile the Cloud Key, because I go Mind Stone for free, then I have 2 mana for Archive. Okay, that's better. So we're about to have all the mana that we want. Now we just need to find our card draw, which conveniently is kind of in here with our mana. So if we find another Semblance Anvil, we just use these from card advantage and then go off. Well, now we don't really care about our opponent's discard. If they Thoughtseize us, they don't get to take anything. And if they discard, all they do is make mana. Juliana, sure. She is eventually going to be annoying if we don't win the game.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Gifted Aetherborn, fine. They'll keep their hand full, that makes sense. Now their Lily pluses really don't do anything to us. They're down to 11 life. This Gifted Aetherborn is going to be their ticket to prolonging the game. Unfortunately, I really can't deal with that. So it is just combo ahead here, and we do find Mystic Forge here. That's great for us. Let's use our 2 mana here, go Mystic Forge, and see what we can find off the top. We have the ability to draw anything good that's on the top, and we have the ability to scry away stuff like lands. We'll exile the top. Here comes a free Wizard's Rockets. Unfortunately, that does not come in untapped. I think we'll go ahead and take our Hedron Archive draw here. Mishra's Bauble's great. We'll go with Cloud Key. Let's make all these artifacts even freer. And we are, if not this turn, setting up for a very good next turn. We'll do Bauble. And we will go for Void. Scrying away our Ancient Tomb, or sorry, our Overgrown Tomb. And here's Semblance Anvil. Unfortunately, now we don't have cards to work with it. So I'll go ahead and wait until their turn so that I draw the Semblance Anvil on my following turn. Okay. We'll end turn here. So they will get to do their draw step. And I think I'll look at the card that they draw afterwards. Zavriel, that's kind of an issue.
Dealing with you will be easier.
Okay. Looks like they'll ding me for 2 here, but then we have a very good chance of going off next turn. Lily minus, you got it. That -6 is going to hit so hard, so we need to basically kill this turn. I think... Oh, sorry. Actually, we still have one more turn of freedom. Yeah, let me just go ahead and activate this now. We will see one of the cards that they decide to put here. Okay, so they don't want to show us the cards that they're getting at the end of their turn. Fine. Oh, no. Okay, sure. Alright. 2 cards to hand. We know one is Kozilek's Inquisition, which really does not matter to us. Alright, let's hope for a good turn here. We'll take our damage, and we will take our extra draw. Alright, nice. So we have something to exile the Semblance Anvil. Let's go ahead and do that now. Haven't seen Channel yet today, so I can filter 2 green potentially here. We will exile this card, and now all of our stuff is super free. I'm going to start with my Mystic Forge exile. We do not need the end right now. Semblance Anvil will just have to be for Storm. Chromatic Sphere is a good draw. We have nothing to exile. Alright, some Spheres and Stars means that we are looking good. Here's a Mind Stone for good measure, and let's get there. I'm hoping we can just get there. I'll have another land drop this turn. I could probably just try to go for a Zhalfirin Void, which is what I think I'll do. So we'll filter one into black. We still have the ability to filter into green if we need to, so I'm going to save the Wizard's Rockets. We'll draw this card. We need to draw again. I will start with the Mind Stones, I guess. These are floating black to draw. And I really only want to use maybe one or two natural draws before I, or one or two Mind Stone draws before I go for Wizard's Rockets. Okay, Chromatic Star, sweet. Love to see that. And there's Channel on the top, so we will draw. And now we just need to find our Karn or our Aetherflux Reservoir. Opponent just really holding on to that Necropotence here. So we'll go ahead and I suppose filter here. We need to start filtering for green. We'll draw a Zhalfirin Void. That can be our next scry. Alright, so then Karn is here as well, so we'll go ahead and do, let's see, so we want to make a draw here. We will get our channel ready. And so this is going to be channel. Oh, I guess it'll be channel through here. We're drawing more of our Karns, fine. Make another green. Autopay, there we go. And, oh, fine, I just did that completely wrong. Ended up sacking both of these, so we'll take two draws when we really only meant to do one. Alright, I guess our opponent didn't want to play anymore. But our win there was pretty trivial. We basically just go Karn for Aetherflux Reservoir, and then Karn for the Ancestral Statue, and then we win. Alright, that is game 2 in the bag. Or sorry, game 3 in the bag. We have round 4 coming up. Here we go. Alright, it's round 4. We actually get to start this one off with a channel. And we do have the Chromatic Sphere and potential Demonic Tutor to work with. Let's see what we can do. So we are scrying for either filter artifacts or some naturally green lands. Or I guess I would take a black land as well. This is one. Okay, so then I just go Chromatic Sphere here. I Shock Tomb, go for channel. I'll probably still want one black mana though to work with Demonic Tutor. Well, we'll play the Bauble first. Let's draw on our turn, I guess. Doesn't really matter how I do this. Waste not, sure. Another discard deck. I've played against a few of those today. Alright, well, we do know that once we get our hand hellbent, we do pretty well for ourselves. We know there's no counterspell, so this channel will resolve. We'll go ahead and put this in. Demonic Tutor for, I guess it's probably just Karn, gets Aetherflux Reservoir. Like I just go Mystic Forge here, and then we just set up for a few turns since they're clearly not going to kill us yet. We do kind of fold to a Thoughtseize though. Play Mystic Forge. Alright, just a Liliana. We can work with that. Beseech the Mirror is kind of good now. I would need Wizard's Rockets or 2 more Chromatic Sphere type effects. Oh my god, this is on freaking black. That was supposed to be on green. Or I was supposed to shock Overgrown Tomb to play my Demonic Tutor and then play my Pathway. We'll make it work though. We'll discard this. And we'll just use that first Chromatic Sphere. It's fine. Okay, so we go Overgrown Tomb, pay 2 life, go for channel. And hopefully we win. So let's go for a Mystic Forge first. Auto pay. We will filter later if it comes down to it. Star. Pay. That is not it. Let's exile this to start. Go to 13. There's Karn. Karn gets Aetherflux, and we're in business. Okay, so do I want to do Cloud Key first, paying 3 life? Then I'd pay another 3 to go Reservoir. I think I'll just do this first. Auto pay. Cloud Key, choose Artifact. Go to 2. And now we go up. Alright, cool. So we are there. Here's Mind Stone, and with the draws that we have here plus channel, we should have lethal. Classic combo finish from this deck here. Another Mystic Forge. Yeah, we're looking good. Archive short. We will draw off the archive. Karn the Great Creator, short. And actually, let's go ahead and win a different way. So we'll go Karn the Great Creator, Karn minus. We will find our good friend Ancestral Statue, and we cast this for 3 currently. Gain 12. We target itself to be bounced, and we go from there. Opponent has nothing else to do, but I'm still going to do this a few more times because it feels so much fun to just play one card over and over. Not being sarcastic there, it's actually kind of fun to do this combo. Not too many clicks, and you just make a lot of life. We'll go over 100 here just to make sure that we can instant speed deal with our opponent, and yeah, this is the final attack, or this is the final cast. We'll go ahead and activate Aetherflux Reservoir, targeting a... Okay, not what I meant to do. There's Aetherflux Reservoir, and we will target opponent. That's 50 damage to the face, and we have won round 4. Alright, so we're winning in all of the types of situations that we wanted to win in. We're kind of finishing off the bingo sheet for this deck. Alright, well, that was round 4. We have a final round coming up. Thanks for sticking with me, and here comes one final round. Alright, it's the final round. A tough one lander here. I think we probably don't keep this one, though I'm really tempted to. I mean, if we get the second land off of Chromatic Star, it's just really tempting to go Mind Stone, Semblance, Anvil, and then just kind of go nuts with Flux and Archive. Alright, maybe I've talked myself into it. We're going to try it. Definitely a risky one. I think we're going to be very quickly punished by something like a Thoughtseize here. Nope, just a Soul Guide Lantern. Alright, that could be worse. We don't care about our graveyard, and we don't care that our opponent can deal with it. I will start with green in case I need to go green for channel, and then I have the backup plan of pivoting off of the, or just playing this on black in order to do a Demonic Tutor. Plus, Chromatic Sphere, or Chromatic Star is here in case I need to do anything different than those 2 options. Soul Guide Lantern, you got it. Alright, and they pass back to me. I get Zhalfir and Void here, if I'd like it. And that means that I can defer my decision on what I want to play. I'll be discounting 2. This gets me my 3rd discount. It's kind of nice to keep Cloud Key. But what I really do want to be finding is either my Karn or my Mystic Forge. Alright. We may consider taking a redraw here. We'll see. I'll decide next turn. Demonic Tutor, scary. Maybe they're just looking for a 3rd land. Alright, we get to take our turn back here. Possible Stifle here waiting for us. We'll play Mismatched Lands here, attempting with the Semblance Anvil. I think I want to actually just use Hedron Archive for draw. I think it's probably better to just do the Aetherflux Reservoir thing later, but it doesn't really matter because Semblance Anvil goes to the bin anyway. So it looks like we'll just slow play out these cards. Beseech the Mirror can go find something nice, which is cool. That is a thing that can happen. Search for Risconta, a card that I have not seen in a minute, honestly. Okay. So I don't think I'm using the Chromatic Star right now. We'll go Darkboar Pathway here. It actually needs to be on black, and we'll have to sack the Chromatic Star to do anything about it. So if they counter my Beseech the Mirror, it's just, you know, ostensibly just over. I'll have 3 mana after this Hedron Archive. I'll dangle a Reservoir. Okay, I'll play the Chromatic Star first, then dangle the Reservoir. I'm kind of fine if they counter that, but Hedron Archive I kind of need. Alright, let's see if they want to take the payoff now. We got multiple of these, so it really doesn't matter. They may be on Counterspell Tribal. It's something that we can get around. If it is Counterspell Tribal, I'm glad that I'm working through their hand right now. That's really what we want to be doing. Go blank, so we're going to be hellbent here. That's kind of unfortunate for us. Our Buried Ruins get bad. Overgrown Tomb, not really the move here, so we're going to draw. Mystic Forge, that's pretty sweet. We gotta hope they don't have a counterspell. Could be Censor, could be so many things. Thankfully, it's just an opt. They have the opportunity to pack the negation writ, which would be terrible. Alright, anyway, we pass. We say go. We have a few Chromatic Stars to work with here. It'll just be building up our mana mostly with Hedron Archive. Alright, well, here's Cloud Key. Let's see if we're allowed to have this. We do get to have it. That makes a lot of this stuff start to be free. Unfortunately, that Hedron Archive isn't going to work. I will make a mana here. We'll draw. A Karn is also pretty good to draw. I think I'll save that for my next turn, however. We're not really like in danger of being dead. A Thoughtseize is okay. And yeah, generally we just want to have this Karn on the battlefield. Snapcaster Mage Thoughtseize? Oh, snap, go blank, right? So I'm glad we kept this Karn on top. No, it's actually going to be something else. Alright, well, they're setting up for something that probably is bad next turn. If I can find Demonic Tutor Channel, that also feels pretty good. I did get my Beseech exiled, however. So we'll take this draw. We have some stuff that can be cast for free. This costs 1, right? I'm down to pay 1 for it. That's essentially free. Just mana neutral. This is a great one to play. Ooh, and they don't have a counterspell here, as far as I'm aware. Cannot play the Karn yet, but he's just about free. I believe this gets me there. You're right? Okay. So we have a discount of... how much is it? Not enough. 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, so we have to draw a bit more. We have a few draws to work with here. A lot of draws to work with here, especially if we wait till next turn. Can't do anything with that. I think then we will... Oh, I can shock this. Perfect. So I go Shocking, Mystic Forge now, Void, so that brings us to the end of what we can do. I'll go Karn minus get something. I suppose I could do that. I could attack their lands with Karn and kind of be annoying. I could also just try to draw more with Hedron Archive. Let's see, how many more draws do I have? I have basically 2 more draws for free. I think we can kind of just go for the combo kill here. not quite it. We have a couple more draws. I'll use 1 mana here. We'll pay through this. Make that second green in case this is the turn where we hit it. Another bauble. Oh my god, that's the channel off the top. And then chromatic sphere, filter into green again. Draw the channel, cast the channel, cast the Karn. Karn minus, get Aetherflux Reservoir, and we are home free. We're kind of home free because if we whiff like this, then we can't do anything. Okay, well, I guess I could exile the top here with one of my Mystic Forges. Demonic Tutor basically just gets me a kill. I will just try to kill here, actually, because I think I can make it. Oh, maybe I can't. One more try. Okay, Cloud Key, perfect. 48, we're actually just too short. That's so close. All right, well, fortunately we have to pass. Maybe our opponent can kill us, but I'm kind of doubting it. It has been a fight the whole way. Oh, and maybe the fight is not over. That is Tainted Pact. You're going to exile the whole library, and I can't do a thing to stop it. All right. Well, what a fun way to end the game. We comboed, and our opponent comboed at pretty much the most opportune time possible. So I guess we'll see them exile their whole library here. I might end up just speeding that up in post, so I'll go ahead and do my outro here. Thank you again for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like the video and comment what you thought about it. Let me know if you played it and how it did. And finally, make sure to subscribe if you're new here for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, enjoy the rest of the very, very rare Thassa's Oracle Tainted Pack combo. Thoracle, if you're familiar with the CDH realm. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.